Hello again, my name is Shelly, sometimes known as Shelly Tsunami. This video is a bit different. This is either gonna go horribly, terrifyingly wrong, or it's gonna be okay, and maybe you guys will even like it, and then we'll have something new to play with on occasion. First of all, couple things I wanted to say before I get going on what the topic of today's video is. I want to give some shout outs to some people that have been engaged, interactive, supportive. You guys have been there, most of you, from the very beginning. I don't know how you found me, but the fact that you guys keep coming back around and watching, and most of you watch every single video, I'm just so appreciative and so grateful. So, Maisie, Elias, I think is how you say your name. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rare Beauty, Envy, I think you're relatively new, but thank you for joining the family. Jenny Thompson, you've had some great comments. I really do appreciate it. And Christy Loves Makeup. You are so enthusiastic in your responses. I just really, really appreciate you guys. And then V Brett, which if you guys ever see V Brett, comment down below. Give it a thumbs up, because that's my husband, and that means he's watched my videos. And I have a very manly, alpha male, strong husband, and he watches my videos, and it means a lot. I'm learning a lot. And when I first started doing this, I mean, man, he was trying to get me, pushing me to do videos for a couple years. We thought it would be on kind of some more different topics, but he was really very much encouraging me to do this, and has been very financially supportive and helping me buy equipment. I don't know, when I first started this channel, I didn't know which direction it was going. I certainly didn't even know the first thing about editing film. Wasn't even sure how I would be on camera. I've done a lot of public speaking. I'm an industry speaker. I've done a lot of, competitions, won scholarships. Public speaking isn't necessarily the concern for me. I mean, this is not very different than what I do on my regular day-to-day, where I do a good portion of my meetings virtually. So a lot of this is kind of a similar concept, but I didn't know the first thing about editing film, and I'm not fast at it. So every one of the videos that you guys see that's like maybe, I don't know, 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes, those videos probably have an hour to an hour and a half of film that I've got, that I whittle down. It takes me probably 4 or 5 hours to edit each one of those. This is something that I feel passionate about. I hope you guys get that. I mean, makeup, man, to feel good, to feel beautiful, maybe even. I don't know. I mean, I think we sometimes get to be ladies of a certain age, and sometimes you see the people and it's like, man, you just gave up, didn't you? And I want to help. I want people to not give up. You can still be beautiful and sexy and charming, and you don't have to give up. Anyway, that's the whole kind of purpose behind all this, is I want us as ladies of a certain age to be strong, be confident, feel good about ourselves if we want to. If you don't want to wear makeup, then don't wear makeup, right? I'm not trying to sell you on anything. If you want to revisit something, like if you've been doing the same black 80s eyeliner, it wasn't 20 years ago. We need to make a change, right? We have to do something a little differently, and that's what I would like to do. Okay, today's video. I went to Walgreens recently. We do not have a CVS in the town that I live in. I have, of course, rewards membership at CVS, because when I was traveling a lot of places that I went would have a CVS. But I'm a beauty enthusiast level or whatever at Walgreens. Take it for what it's worth. So I did a little drugstore shopping, and I wanted to buy things. I wanted to try to get some really interesting things, some new releases, or some things that I haven't tried yet, or some things that I'd heard a lot about. And I kind of wanted to just do a chit chat, full face of makeup with you guys. I hope that's okay. The idea is that this is going to be relatively affordable. I'm not using a lot of bougie, high-end, crazy expensive products that you're not gonna be able to get your hands on. This is something that I literally stopped on the way home from dropping my kid off at school and got a little bit of a basket. So let's look and see what I got. Okay, first of all, this is actually kind of funny. I did buy some hair color. I'm not gonna actually do this on camera right now, but if you see me in the future with a little bit of some purplish kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna do all over. This isn't enough to do all my hair, but it might be enough to do some streaks. So it's still in the bag. I'll get that out of the way. Okay, what else do I have here? Okay, some of these things I recently bought, and because I recently bought them, I have their prices handy. Some of them I did not buy recently that I've had for a little while. None of it was, in fact, I'll tell you, the most expensive thing on here was There was a lip liner that was $9. Yeah, $9 is the most expensive thing that I purchased recently. Some other things that I've had for a while that I've been using, and I don't really call it a pan project, but I'm definitely trying to use up some of the things that I have. And I bought some stuff that are drugstore things that I actually really like, and I'll share with you kind of what I like and what I'm using, just to kind of give you something else to think about. All right, so my face is clean. I do have some moisturizer on it, and that's it. This is what I don't show the world. This is not how I present myself to anyone or anything. But so we're gonna get this done, okay? First thing I have on here is a Physicians Formula 24 karat. It is a collagen serum. With all the reflection in here, it's super hard to read. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Like things with hyaluronic acid on it, because I'm a lady of a certain age, as you guys know by now. This 24 karat gold collagen serum has, you know, collagen and all kinds of good things. And I've recently kind of gotten more into collagen, whether it's a consumable, like a vitamin like Halo Beauty, or some other chewy gummy things, or whatever. Moving on. What else do I have? This is another Physicians Formula. I've got a couple Physicians Formula items here. This is another Physicians Formula Soft Light Blurring Primer. I don't know if this will actually show up very well. I'm gonna give myself a couple pumps of that. Do you guys use primers? Do you do a primer, hydrating primer, for instance, if you have dry skin, on top of a moisturizer, or do you do the primer alone? I love a primer that's like a pore filling primer, because I have texture. I have texture, and I don't want to walk around looking like I've got an orange peel on my face. I'm not going to use, normally I would probably just use, if I was going to do a drugstore makeup day, I would have used the Physicians Formula. This is the Healthy Foundations SPF 20. I really like it. If you saw my video with my husband doing my makeup, when he was talking about, I'm used to seeing you have something else to put it on, he was talking about this doe foot applicator. But today I've got two different items here that I'm going to use. One of them is the new Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation Dewy Formula. I've heard some good things about it. I got this in shade Soft Beige, so we'll have to see if how that looks on my skin. And then I was recently talking to one of y'all on Instagram, I think, and it must have been in the comments in one of my previous videos, and it was the e.l.f. Foundation Serum with Goji Berry. This is an SPF 25 as well. So I figured I would grab this. Actually, I don't know, I have another one. I bought this because it was on sale for $4.49. I have this other one and I use it, but I don't know if something's broken in it, because if you look, you can see that there's like some serum or something on the outside of like an inner bottle. It's so weird. This one doesn't have that, even though I've shaken it a little bit. Oh yeah, so it's pretty liquidy. And I actually like to use that underneath my eyes, because I need more moisturizer down there. Sometimes you get these concealers and they dry so matte, and it just like sucks the living light out of your under eyes, and we don't need that. So I'm kind of putting, some days I'll actually just use this all over my skin. If I feel like my skin's in a pretty good condition and I just need I don't know, something really light and hydrating, I'll use that all over my skin, and then just go over it with spot concealing where I need to. And not a drugstore purchase, but the Blendiful will work for me right now. Okay, I'm just gonna let that kind of soak in a little bit. I don't know if it really has evened up my skin tone as much, but I find myself using this quite a bit. I am gonna use this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Oh, look. Okay, so this has another one of those applicators. I was not expecting that. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I was not. This feels very light, kind of a cooling, and of course now it looks a little crazy, but feels kind of light, feels kind of cooling. I'm just gonna spread this around, see how I did with the color match. Okay, you guys, it's on. It smells a little chemically, and it might be a little light. or I'm just getting really washed out by the ring lights. I'm not really sure which. Looks like it's covered okay. It's very lightweight. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more in some of my trouble areas, just where I've got some extra discoloration, age showing through. I do have, I think this is one of the Real Techniques sponges, so we're just gonna use that. Drugstore sponges, blenders, whatever you want to call them. I did mention the part where I'm not a makeup artist, right? This is a judgment-free zone. You guys are so sweet and so encouraging and take the time to comment, and it just means the world to me. I'm about 10 years late to the game. Nah, maybe not 10 years. I'm probably a good 5 years late to the game. I should have started this when my husband started talking to me about it years ago. I was insecure. I was shy. I didn't know if I could pull it off. I didn't have time. I have all the excuses in the world. Okay, I feel like it covered a little bit better like that. I might have to go in with some other stuff in a little bit. I'm still seeing a little texture coming in through here. This is I can't remember which movie star talked about this, but they sometimes put primer over their foundation, so we're gonna try that. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So we're just gonna, I don't want to call it spackle, but we're just gonna put some of this onto the roughest texture area. Kind of let it soak in a little bit. I don't think it's gonna affect any of the color that I put on it already. We're just gonna let that sit for just a second while I move on to something else. What else do I have? Let's do eyebrows. Didn't get any new eyebrow anything, so I'm gonna use, this is a Milani Cosmetics. It comes in a little kit like this. And this is a color 03 medium brown Stay Put brow color. And I don't usually do a lot with my brows, frankly. One, because I don't go get them professionally done as often as I should. And two, because, well, I mean, my brows are what they are. I never did the 90s, like, take them down to a Sharpie point. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I do have some that, you know, maybe don't grow in as much or as thick, or if you guys are professional eyebrow people, sorry if I'm offending you with my lack of skill. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but my dog is lying over there and he is running in his sleep. I don't know what he's chasing. Could be the neighbor's chickens. He's done that before. Eyebrows are on. I have a lot of stuff here that it feels like it's Milani and e.l.f. They're good drugstore brands. I don't have issues with those guys. We'll keep using them. I do like the Physicians Formula. This is the Butter Bronzer. This is not new to me. I've had it before, but we're gonna go ahead and use that to kind of warm up the complexion, do a little contouring. This is, I have several shades of this if you're living under a rock and aren't familiar with it. This is the light bronzer. I do have a darker one too that sometimes I switch up and back and forth with if it's that time of year where I'm feeling like I've got a little bit more color on my skin naturally. So I kind of do like a bronzer sometimes. Not really a bronzer, not really a contour, just kind of warming up the complexion a little. And I don't have a huge forehead, so I don't necessarily need to bronze all that much up there. But one of my favorite hacks as I've gotten older and gained more weight is to take my little section where it seems like it's hanging down a little bit more than it needs to be. Fix that little section there that needs a little bit more contouring as you get older and you kind of lose your jawline a little bit. And I've noticed that I've started to get a little thicker in through here as well, so we're gonna bronze that just a little bit to give it a little bit more of a shade. What do you guys use on your neck? I've been using some different stuff recently and it's gonna take me forever to get through it. And I hope I'm not wasting my time. So if you guys got any recommendations on what you use on your neck, please let me know. I don't always contour my nose. I gotta be honest. It feels a little unnatural. But sometimes it looks okay. I've heard different thoughts on, do you do your contouring first and then do your foundation? I kind of usually just do it in whatever order I remember. Truth be told. Okay, so I have a couple different blushes. I have one that is Honest Beauty, that is a cream blusher that I've recently, you can tell I've used quite a bit of it. I'm digging into it. I actually really like this blusher, but I also picked up this Wet n Wild. Oh, you know, I've been telling you guys prices on stuff, haven't I? So let me tell you here. So the the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, $6.29. This was $6.29. This blush that I'm getting ready to look at right now, $3.49 is what I paid for it, I think, before my coupons or whatever else. Super, super inexpensive. Don't know what that means because I've never actually used this one. It does say it's a new look, but I don't know if that means it's a new formula too. I got this in the color 1111555 Pearlescent Pink. So I don't know what Pearlescent Pink looks like. That to me, that sounds like it might end up being kind of like a NARS Orgasm. Looks on my hand like it might be a little, I don't think it'll be corally. Looks like it's gonna be kind of a soft pink. So let's just try this out and we'll see. And if it sucks, we'll go back to the Honest Beauty. Oh yeah, that's not a bad color, huh? Okay, one thing I'm noticing about this Pearlescent Pink, it's showing texture. I don't know that I love that. Yeah, it's showing a lot of texture. So I think if you were to keep it back a little bit, maybe it wouldn't show that much, but for me, it feels like it's showing a lot of texture. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Wet n Wild foundation on my Beauty Blender. It's probably too much to have it up in the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna kind of go over where I have the majority of texture. You remember I put that primer down? Oh, God. All right, I don't know that that was the right thing to do, but so this blush, I think it's gonna be just too shiny for me. That's disappointing. But I'm gonna use my Honest Beauty Backup blush. And man, I just love this stuff so much. I really love the feel of it. I know it's a little bit probably more expensive than the $3.50 or whatever I spent for that Wet n Wild stuff, but I don't really care for that. This actually might be a great eyeshadow, frankly. Or maybe kind of a rosy highlighter if you're along the rosy highlighter line. Okay. That feels a little bit better. Bronzer, I hope it's that one. Okay. Blush is on, bronzer is on. I also have the Physicians Formula highlighter. This is in the shade Pearl. It is not new to me. I've used it before. I don't normally do highlighter. The one thing I definitely do with highlighter is keep it up away from these fine lines because I definitely don't want to be drawing attention to that. And this highlighter is, it's easy to go heavy-handed with this, I gotta be honest. Like, you can see it. It's pretty blinding if you're not careful. The one thing that I find myself concerned about when I see it is you don't want to look like you've got a white liner, a pink blush, and a brown contour because it looks like a Neapolitan ice cream. A little bit right there. Sometimes a little bit on the tip of my nose, depending on how we're feeling that day. A little bit of light, a little bit of color. I don't understand people that can bring their highlighter all the way down here. You're not gonna see me doing that. I just don't understand it. What else do I have here? Let's look at some more things that I got at the drugstore the other day. I did get a couple different lip products. These three right here. So we've got a lip liner. This lip liner, this Milani lip liner was $4.99, so we're gonna use that next. It's kind of a warm sort of mauve-y color. Okay, that's a little bit more, what color did I get? This is in, so it's a color statement lip liner, color 09, True Instant Color, and the color Spice. I wouldn't call it mauve, it's Spice. I don't know that it's like a MAC Spice, maybe. I wish I had exfoliated my lips first. Lip liner. We did the 90s thing with the brown lip liner and then the frosty lip gloss. Don't do that anymore. It just makes us look old and like we haven't updated our stuff in a long time. It's interesting if it's like ironic and you're young and you're like, yeah, I wasn't even born yet. Look at me rocking my 90s lipstick. But we did that, so we don't need to do that again, right? Also, I don't know about you. Some people end with their lips. For me, I'm constantly licking my lips, so I like to have something on my lips at all time, I guess. So I've got here 2 other different lips. One of them is a matte satin liquid lip, and the other one is a, and they're both Milani. So this is the Soft Rose Lip Plumper. So I'm gonna end with that, and I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't like overdraw my lips. You find a lot of people doing that to give themselves that really big pout, look like you've got fillers. I did not do that. I'm not gonna do it, but I do like a plumping lip gloss. I also got this NYX Lingerie Push-Up Long-Lasting Lipstick as well. I don't know if I'll use that. Well, let's just see how this works with this first here. Okay, so this Amore Satin Matte Lipstick, $9.49 for this. Kind of a rosy color. You can see it right there. So we'll try this on, give it a chance to dry down a little bit. I actually like that color. I don't mind a kind of a nudie pink. We'll have to see once it dries down a little bit, because it says it's a matte. So once we go matte, we'll try it. We'll see what it looks like. If it works out, great. If not, then I've got another one. So this other one, the lip plumper that I got, is also Milani. This stuff, yeah, so I can't say that the scent on either the foundation or the liquid lip is all that great. Something kind of chemically about all of them. But this lip plumper was $8.99. It's in the color Rose, I believe. So my lips are almost dried down. I'm gonna give it another second more, and we'll come back in with some of that lip plumping stuff. What else did I get? Okay, I got several different eyeshadows. This Milani one just jumped out at me as, oh my gosh, I can actually see maybe 3 different looks with this one little palette here. And I just really loved the colors. I've been getting more into these kind of teals, and oh, and these are kind of just like grungy, yummy greens. I'm gonna just swatch a couple of these so you guys can kind of see a little bit of, so look at that right there. You've got the lightest green, you've got kind of a teal color, and then a dark chocolate brown in there. I think that's actually kind of fun. And then I had heard a lot about these little e.l.f. quad palettes, these little ones. Have you guys seen these? Have you guys used these? These were like $3. And I saw that they were supposed to be $3. And like, no way. They call them bite-size eyeshadow. I got Carnival Candy, which has a blue and then all warm neutrals. I have another one that is called Truffles, which looks like it's a little bit cooler. At least 3 of the 4 shades are a little bit more on the cooler side. Actually, kind of that brown is too. So again, very, very neutral, probably easy to throw in your purse and go. And then the last one is the Bite Size Eyeshadow in Rose Water. And it's more of the pink, plummy kind of colors. And I know I've been doing a lot of that lately. So maybe I'll do one with, maybe I'll just use the neutral one. But this one is Truffle. Gives you everything you need for just a look. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll use the browns and we'll just do a look and just see how the formula is. I mean, is it $3? I mean, man, I could lose $3 on my couch. So I'm hoping that this is like a real sleeper. I gotta be honest. When I went to my local Walgreens and was specifically looking for these things, I'd kind of forgotten about them. When I went to look on the rack, there was exactly 3 left. Not 3 colors left. There was exactly 3 of these. So sorry if you live in my town and you're looking for any of these, but I bought them. There's another Walgreens, go there. Okay, there's the other one. That's awfully pretty too, but I'm not gonna use this one today. I'm not even gonna open the plum one right now. I'm gonna just, I guess, use some of these here. I didn't buy an eyelid primer. That lipstick dried down a little bit better, I think. We're gonna put some of this lip plumper on. Okay, so far so good. I don't right now initially feel any like shocking tingling like you do with the Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker, if you guys have tried that before. It actually feels nice. It's not too sticky. Yeah, it feels okay. So we're gonna just leave that on here for now. These little very, very, very neutral colors, and let's just, I guess, see here. So I'm gonna use the lighter, do they have shades on them? either they don't have shades on them or I can't read the fine print. So I'm just gonna use this lightest color brown. I don't have any primer on my eyelids at all. I've got a little bit of probably residual foundation from when I was slapping that on my face earlier, but let's just see how this plays out here. Okay, I don't do tutorials normally. If you guys have seen any of my videos, I don't usually talk through them, but since this is kind of a different format than what I'm used to, I am taking advantage of the fact that I can fake a crease higher up. Can you see that difference? It's a little subtle thing, and if you guys are makeup artists, then you're like, yeah, duh, that's like 101. And if you don't know, or you're just getting back into makeup, or you're trying something new, or you not suffer, there's a lot of really incredibly beautiful people that don't have gorgeous, huge, big eyelids. I like to give myself a little bit more lid space to make my eyes seem a little bit bigger than they are. Otherwise, especially if I'm wearing glasses, they can get a little beady. And so I tend to go a little bit kind of like where your crease is, but then I go a little bit higher, and that's kind of my transition shade. And then I go just above my crease and really kind of darken it up to give me kind of a faux crease to give myself more lid space and appear more awake. You guys know this stuff, right? Okay. Okay. First color application. Just fine. It blended perfectly fine. There was no issues with that at all. I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into the darker brown here, which is the second darkest shade. And I'm barely tapping it in there because I don't know what it's going to look like. And we're just going to darken up the outer portion of my eye. And like I said, I kind of want to go in and give myself a little bit of a crease. And this isn't skipping. This isn't patchy. I'm going in with just the barest like tip and then dabbing it on, and once I've got it deposited on there, then I'm just kind of moving it around a little bit and buffing it out. And I'm telling you this only because for whatever reason you're not actually watching any professional makeup artists and you found yourself on my channel, might as well tell you at least what I'm doing here and my thought process kind of behind it. Again, I made the disclaimer earlier where I'm not a makeup artist. Never been formally trained. I have done makeup on a lot of different people because I've done makeup for models and for proms and all that kind of stuff over the years, weddings and stuff like that. I've cut hair. I mean, I cut my husband's hair all the time. I used to cut hair for the gals when I was in the military. Any of my sisters out there, hoorah. Okay, you guys, that color actually went on really pretty. That's exactly what I would want from a neutral brown eyeshadow. I have zero issues with it at all. Let's take it a little bit more here. I'm gonna try this like silver shadow here. I'm gonna put some all over my lid, and because it's a shimmer, it's the only shimmer that's in this little palette. So because it's a shimmer, I'm gonna use my finger. I'm trying to take that all the way up to where I want my crease to be, so it looks like I've got more lid space than I actually do. Man, these colors really complement each other very, very, very well. If you guys need a palette to throw in your purse, to throw in your car console, to throw in your desk drawer on those days where you're running late, gym bag, I guess, you're running late, you need to get something on so that you look relatively human before you go to work or go to wherever you're going. For $3, I hope you guys are buying these because that's incredible. I got nothing bad to say. I'm gonna go in with this darker color, and I'm gonna maybe, I don't know, I guess go a little bit more dramatic. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more depth in my outer V of my eye, and maybe even just kind of smudge it along my lash line. Oh my gosh, this is actually super pigmented. So when I do black over any color at all, I just barely tap it on and check, and sometimes we'll kind of tap and swipe. And I deposit the majority of it next to my eyelashes, and then I work my way up from there without going in anymore, because I don't want the focus to be on the black. If you guys have ever read any of the beauty books, like the Bobbi Brown books, and she's talking about, you know, smoky eyeshadows, if you're going to do smoky, you don't actually do black. You do all kinds of other colors to do a smoky eye. And I think sometimes people get a little carried away. Okay, so here's the one thing I have to be careful of because of my hooded eyes. If I am not careful, I can make my eyes look kind of like downturned. I have to kind of make sure to pull them up a little bit. And what I used to do is I would do this eyeshadow that really came out all the way here. And sometimes I occasionally do. But what I'm trying to do more of now is leave the brown color as kind of the outside, just to sort of soften up and blend. And I did not put any more on this. This is just the same brush I have. I'm just kind of trying to blend in. But if you use that same brown, boy, it can really just make it a soft airbrush kind of look as opposed to harsh lines. And we don't need harsh lines, do we? Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye now. Try not to talk too much while I'm doing it. And I'm just using the tip of this. This is a Morphe M321 that I'm just using here, and I'm basically going directly onto my, because I want to get it onto my lid, because I wanted to get it close to my eyelashes as possible. And then I probably shouldn't have done that. And then I'm from there working up to give that V just a slight more dimension. Can I tell you guys, I wish I were on somebody's PR list so I could try all these things. Not because I want them for free. That's not my hope of getting on PR lists, but because everybody that does get them always gets them and they go out before anybody else gets them. And sometimes that, I mean, I know that there's a reason for that. They are trying to generate buzz and, you know, when it goes live, but sometimes I see other people have it and I'm like, I can't wait for it to be released to the public. I want it now. And if I was on somebody's PR, then I wouldn't have to go wait for it. Today that I'm filming this is Thursday the 13th. And it's the day that Jaclyn Hill's Morphe Palette Volume 2 is being released. And I have not left my house yet because I didn't go to the gym this morning, but Ulta wouldn't have been open anyway. I don't even know that my local Ulta is going to have it. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to get it, but I'm hoping to. I also don't have that Icy palette, the one with Pony Parks that she did, the collaboration. And it's so pastel-y that I just don't know that I can do it. I don't know that I want, like I didn't do the Mint ColourPop palette either. This little guy here, I love this. For $3, this is probably the best $3 I've spent in I don't know how long. I got two different NYX eyeliners. One of them is in the shade Gypsy Blue and one of them is in the shade Deep Blue. Okay, so the NYX eye pencils were $5.50. I don't know if they were on a buy one, get one 50% off. Sometimes you get those a lot at Walgreens. Lips are still feeling good. Blush is okay. I almost feel like I need a little bit more. I got one of these opened. One of these I think is waterproof, which is kind of dangerous. I haven't done one of the glasses videos for a while. Do you guys want another one of those? Where I put on makeup and try to do 3 looks while with glasses that are appropriate because they have a whole set of different challenges. Okay, so that's a Deep Blue. I'm just swatching these in the back of my hand and then I'll show you here. Oh, wow. Okay, so I've got, this is Deep Blue over here, and then I've got Gypsy Blue right here. And it's, I mean, the Gypsy Blue has a little bit more of a, almost like a cadet blue, a little bit of a greenish undertone to it. And the Deep Blue is more of like a true navy. There was a time that I would have absolutely just done the navy one, but I think I'm gonna do this Gypsy Blue right now because it looks like it might be kind of fun. And I'm just gonna do I don't know if I'm able to talk while I'm doing this, but I'm just gonna do just the very outer portion of my eyelashes, and then we'll do a little bit down below too. And if you ever watch some of my videos and I'm doing eyeshadow or doing eyeliner, don't get mad if I end up pulling it, because what I'm trying to do is get as close to my lash line as possible. If you've got hooded eyelids and you don't have very much lid space, when you put on eyeliner all the way through, you lose so much of your lid space and it makes your eyes actually look even smaller. And one thing I also can't do, or that I haven't been able to figure out how to do without looking absolutely ridiculous, is to do a winged eyeliner when you're already fighting those folds and fighting gravity. I just don't do winged eyeliner anymore. I do a little tiny bit of a V that kind of comes up, just a little tiny bit. But as soon as I get into that crease, I don't go any past that. And I know there's a technique that you can draw it up and you draw like this weird bat wing thing. And one, I'm just not going to do that. And two, I think every time you close your eyes or you blink, it just looks a little silly. So it's like, hey, you screwed up your eye makeup. I'm just going to drag a little bit of this onto my lower lash line. And I'm kind of just dotting it on and then kind of connecting the dots a little bit. It might be a little too harsh. I might have to actually kind of buff it out a little bit here. These cream eyeliners are actually pretty nice. I don't think I have any of these already. And I basically just scribble this on as close to my lash line as I possibly can. I don't need any help dragging things down. That's just my personal opinion. I'm going to take a little small brush. It's kind of no-name brush. I don't know what brand it is. BS Small. I think I got this from Amazon. And I'm just going to kind of smudge this out a little bit. It's not quite so harsh. And as I'm doing that, it's spreading. So okay, that is a little too much, a little too harsh for me. I'm going to try to remove some of it. I guess I can tell you that eyeshadow had virtually no fallout and no kick up at all. All right, that seems a little better to me. Not quite so severe. I do notice it's getting a little darker in there. I'm going to take that lighter silver shade again, and I'm just going to brighten up my eyes just a tiny bit right in here. Now, sometimes I like to use the same eyeshadow just to kind of give it a continuity. If not, you can use your highlighter. And I feel like that has opened up my eyes quite a bit. I still have to curl my lashes and put on mascara. I did not get a new mascara. This is the Essence Volume Stylist Curl and Hold Mascara. This is like $4.99. It's practically drugstore pricing. I did get this at Ulta, but it's only because my Walgreens doesn't have any Essence products. So I'm not even gonna curl my lashes just because I don't want to take the time to do it. I think I'm at that age where I don't necessarily want to look overdone. Like, I don't want the fake lashes. I don't want the overdrawn lips. I don't want the super chiseled cheekbones. And maybe that's just a personal preference, but I kind of not really digging on that right now. But I do like having long eyelashes, and I have been using this stuff called Babe Lash. It comes in a gold, I wish I would have brought it in here. It comes in a gold tube, and I used to buy it off Amazon, and it's anywhere from $73 to $89 for a tube of this stuff for the full size. Can you see the difference in my eyelashes? Just with mascara. I love mascara. Mascara is a beautiful thing. Deserted Island, mascara. Okay, as I was saying, sorry. So I've been using Babe Lash, and if I use it twice a day, morning and night, it definitely grows my lashes. And then once I get my lashes so that they're long, where I don't feel like I even need to curl them, then I drop back to like once a day to kind of make the stuff last. But that stuff at that price is actually pretty ridiculous. So when I see things like that on sale somewhere else, I'll pick up a couple back up. So I got one, and I can't remember where I got it now off the top of my head. So I already have one that I'm using, and then I have a backup. And then recently saw an Boxy pop-up where they had them, and I think it was like 24 bucks. So I got another one of those just to kind of have as a backup when the ones I have go out. Mascara is my friend. I love mascara. Don't love my hair so much. Oh my gosh, I'm still laughing at my husband when he was putting on mascara, and he's like, I love that guy. He's the coolest. If we want to have him back to another video, I actually have all of the drugstore makeup he bought for that video, and I thought maybe I would use all the stuff that he bought and do a full face or 3 looks or whatever. And I haven't done it yet because he was like, I kind of want to do that. So I'm going to let him maybe see if he can watch his own video and what is he going to learn from his mistakes. Okay. I'm going back in with a little bit of this e.l.f. foundation serum under my eyes because I feel like they're kind of getting a little messy between the mascara, the eyeliner, the whatever else I've got going on down there. So I just use a little bit of this to kind of clean it up a little bit. And if my eyeshadow has been drugged too low, I'll just kind of trim that up a little bit. Okay, some other drugstore beauty item that I absolutely love that I did not purchase this time, and I'm not even sure where they are because I think I've got probably 10 of them and they're spread throughout the house, is the Nivea, the little blue round puck. It's like a tin. That stuff there's like a very, very subtle shimmer to it. It's a heavy kind of emollient moisturizer. And from what I understand, Marilyn Monroe used to slather her face with that stuff every night. Anyway, it's like 99 cents for one of those little tins. And I keep that in all my travel stuff, wherever else, and I just use it throughout the day and we'll kind of tap on a little bit more. I've recently been using a lot of this Weleda skin food, and same kind of thing. Wherever I'm like super crepey, I may tap on a little. I don't know how these people can do heavy concealer under their eye. First of all, I think when you use something that's like super, super bright, it almost draws attention to that area that I don't need attention drawn to. I think what I'm trying to do is maybe cover up some of the discoloration. I don't necessarily need to draw a highlighter to it. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit more moisturized right now, but I'm not digging the color. So I'm going to go into, I've got this Revlon Photo Ready. It's an under eye, what is this? It's called an eye primer / brightener. So I go into like the darkest part of my under eye circle. I don't go up on the bag itself. And I also have a little tiny stain right there under my eye. But I draw it in the darkest part and then I tap it out from there. And I can change to clean fingers if I'm trying to get rid of some of the excess. What did I not do? The only thing I didn't use is this NYX Lingerie Push-Up. I love that the NYX pencils have a sharpener on the bottom of. This color, okay, so it's like a matte plummy color. It's not a bad color, actually. It probably would have gone pretty well with this look. You know what? I'm gonna put a little on. I kept that to the outside of my lips because I already had lip gloss on. And two, I think it's actually kind of pretty to have sort of like dimension to your lips. I have my Coty Original Formula Airspun OG. Smells like someone's grandma, I think. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on here. I don't go all over my face, but wherever I've put like extra concealer, want to cover up a little bit more, dab a little bit of that on there. Guys, this is a good makeup day for kind of a experiment. Okay, and I'm going to go over the top with the 24 karat Physicians Formula, supposedly new to, or at least when I got it, it's new. It is a gold collagen setting spray. So it looks like this, without the cap on it, looks like this. Again, hard to kind of read it with the gold foil, but I bought it at the same time as I bought the serum. Okay. The stuff has a little bit more of an aggressive spray than, say, the ColourPop hyaluronic acid, the Pretty Fresh. It's got a little bit more of an aggressive spray than, obviously, like the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I actually really like that one. It's not as bad as I think the e.l.f. setting sprays are. I think they're super aggressive and I don't have time for a fan and all that. I forgot one more thing. I bought this to go with my eyeshadow. This is a Milani, it says it's new. It's a Stay Put liner and I got it in the color Moss Boss. And I thought it would be actually kind of pretty with that other eyeshadow palette, kind of a grungy color here. So I'm going to go left-handed and draw it on there. It's kind of a sort of an olive green. I mean, I don't know what color of moss you guys have where you live, but I thought it would be kind of pretty with this eyeshadow palette that I did not dip into, but oh my gosh, my makeup's okay. I tried a whole face of all Drugstore, most of it that I had just purchased. Getting some of this out the back of my hand. We did a little chit chat, get ready with me. I babbled far too much. I apologize for that. Welcome to my world. I gotta tell you, I was a little concerned that I was gonna start talking and the floodgates were gonna open and I was gonna tell you everything that was on my mind. I need a little more blush. Better? A little bit more color. Okay. I'm not gonna go into my thoughts on coronavirus right now. I am not a gossip channel, so I'm not gonna talk about politics. I'm not gonna talk about other YouTubers and what everybody else is doing. I'm just kind of doing my own thing over here, and I hope you guys appreciate that I'm not going to get wrapped up into it. I'm also not trying to sell you anything because I am not promoted or sponsored or affiliated with anybody. I do have some referral codes, so if you ever use any of those, just know that it's just meant there to save you some money, and I think I get maybe a discount when I purchase stuff next, which I will buy stuff to bring content to you. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not asking you guys for anything. I don't have a Patreon. Not asking you guys to financially support me. I just ask you to comment, subscribe, hang out with me, talk to me. Tell me what you want to see. Do you guys, I know I had one request for an alter ego palette and I did one of the 4 palettes. I actually really want to do, and I gotta be careful because I know another YouTuber who does kind of dupe videos and I just love her, and so I don't want to ever do anything that she's doing because I don't want it to seem like I'm copying her or trying to get in on her thing at all. That's not what I'm about. But I accidentally bought 2 palettes that are dupes for a higher end palette. One of them is from C Color Cosmetics. One of them is from Alter Ego, and I think that I'm going to do a video here in the next couple weeks on that. I have another gun video. I don't know if you guys follow me on Sidearm Shelly or not. I don't post there very regularly. I think I've only done 4 videos. They're also on this channel too, but I kind of keep them under a 2A subtitle of a playlist. If that's not your jam, please don't follow it. I'm completely supportive of that. I feel confident, much more confident talking about firearms than I do makeup. It's kind of crazy. It is not what I do for my regular job. It is just another passion of mine. I'm too passionate about too many different things. You guys have seen everything that I purchased at my recent Walgreens shopping haul. It was all super affordable. The e.l.f. bite-sized palettes were crazy, crazy, crazy good deal. I wish these snap together. Maybe I depot them and put them in a Z palette or something because the quality on these were surprisingly good. Like, I really like this. The foundation, I mean, I think it worked out okay. I didn't use any concealer today. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. I guess I used a little bit of this under eye stuff just to kind of brighten up the darkest part of my circle. But I didn't use any like spot concealer. Like, I didn't go into the broken capillaries around my nose. Sometimes I pay more attention to that. I do have some damage from wearing glasses all the time. That's up there and I'm just ignoring it. So if it shows up and I don't have flawless skin, well, I'm not a mannequin. I'm a real girl. I've got something on my desk that's rattling. It's driving me crazy. The only thing that I can say that I didn't love is this blush. The rest I kind of shared some of the things that I've already had and I've been using, so I hope you guys appreciated that. And oh, one more Drugstore purchase, this Bioderma micellar water. You want to know what I use between my 3 looks with one palette is this stuff on a cotton pad, or sometimes I'll use this First Aid Beauty. I think it's First Aid Beauty. Yeah, First Aid Beauty Conditioning Eye Makeup Remover. Sometimes I'll use this. This is pretty oily and sometimes I feel like it stings my eyelids a little bit. This micellar water, you get this at Walgreens. That's it for today's video. So if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Shout out to my gals and Virgil who constantly comment and let me know that you're taking the time to watch these videos. I wouldn't continue doing it if it wasn't at least for you guys coming back around. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I don't know what day this is going to go up. I don't have a schedule for when I can edit stuff because I have a full-time job and I'm still a parent and I'm still a wife and I still have house chores to do, domestication stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye for now. I'm babbling, sorry. That's the only problem with doing a video like this is I'm gonna probably get long-winded, which means it's gonna take me a long time to edit it.